I'll confirm you're able to see my screen. Guys, are we there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you again for creating time to join this session so that we can troubleshoot and try to fix the issue that we've experienced last time we did this lab simulation. I hope the issue is clear with everyone. So last time when we did the configuration for HOVPN solution and service configurations, we had a loop, and that loop happened when we shut down the link between UP02 and SPE02. But I've checked, even if we don't shut down the link between UP02 and SPE02, we will still experience similar issue. And the issue will be the BGP sessions towards the SPEs or the ping. If you try to access the loopback of UP1 or UP2 from either of the nodes, if you are on SPE01 and you try to access the loopback of UP02, there should be an issue. Also, if you are on SPE02 and you try to access the loopback of UP01, we also expect to experience a similar issue. So that is the issue that we will be trying to fix to establish why we are having a loop issue. The loop is happening when you check on SP1. For example, if you log into SP01 and you check the loopback IP address of the UPs, you will find that the routing or the route selection is not happening correctly. So that's the issue that we need to try and fix. And of course, we already did the basic configurations from our last session. We already discussed on the data planning and preparation, configuring system name and interface IPs on the UP, SPE. I'm just going through it so that again we are on the same page before we start troubleshooting. We also configured IGPs. So IGP, we have the access and aggregation process. And then we configured MPLS, VPN instances, establishing MPI-BGP peer relationship between UPs, SPEs, and also between SPEs and UPs. Configuring static default routes, configuring SPEs to advertise default routes to UPs, then configuring services on UPs, on BTS facing interfaces, configuring VPC, the controllers, the OSPF, and then you need to perform service test. So what we are focusing on is on step 3. On step 3, where we were experiencing the loop issue, that's where we had the issue. Of course, we went ahead and did the service verification, because when you start doing the redundancy tests, when you start checking whether you are able to have service flow through the redundant path, that's when you experience the issue. But if the links, for example, if the link between UP2 and SPE2 is okay, then everything will be smooth. All the services will flow as we expect. But when you start having some issues, for example, a link between UP2 and SPE2 goes down, then you find that UP2 cannot reach SPE2, SPE1. So the services for UP2 will be down. For UP1, the same. If you shut down the link between UP1 and SP1, and now this UP1 has to establish BGP session with SPE2 so that the services will be forwarded through SPE2. We will face a similar issue. So that is what we are checking. I don't know whether there are any questions or any comments or any findings so far, so that we can move forward and start our troubleshooting session. Thank you again for those who have joined a few minutes ago. Thank you for creating time and joining this short session on joint troubleshooting for the ISIS loop issue. Any question, any comment before we start troubleshooting, or any findings so far from your own troubleshooting? or any possible guesses of what could be the issue or what we need to check. So let me shift to the topology. On the topology, this is the setup that I've shared with those one who have requested or those one who have missed. And ISIS is already configured. BGP is also configured. So if I log into SP1 and display ISIS peer, you will see that we have ISIS sessions established on UP01 and SP02. These are the peering sessions on SP01. This is for the access, and then for the aggregation, of course, it will have two sessions, one to SP2 and NP01. When we check on SP2, we expect the same. Display ISIS peer. You also find that we have two sessions, one UP02, SP01, and also SP01 and NP02 for the aggregation. On the access nodes, we also have the same, display ISIS peer. We have the peering sessions on UP2, display ISIS peer. We also have the ISIS session established. So we don't have any issue that is, we can't say that it's because a session has not established, that's why we are not having the communication, or that's why we are having a loop. No, so it's not an adjacency issue. It's more of a routing issue. We need to check the routes. Are they being advertised in the correct way? So the floor is open. Anyone with an
Martin.
input? Yes.
Martin, I have some comments. This is Aaron. Sorry, I've joined from mobile, just planning to head to office. I've had a blackout, but thank you everyone for joining. I've had a different idea, unfortunately, contrary to what you said, because when I try to lab it and then I put a link down,
Yes.
I see also a couple of peerings are tearing down.
Yeah, the
Okay.
BGP session will go down. Yes.
Exactly. So you need to troubleshoot the cause of the adjacency going down, correct?
Not adjacency. You see, the ISIS adjacency is up because even when you shut down this link, the ISIS adjacency is still between UP1 and UP2 is up, right? So the traffic from
Yes.
UP2 should be able to flow through SP1. I mean, through UP1 and then SP1, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
So you're saying that even with BGP sessions down, we should still have that flow?
Which BGP sessions?
No, if you put the adjacency down, okay,
Yes.
like if you tear that link down, shut it down,
Yes.
and then we take the peering for BGP and then ISIS. I think BGP some sessions are tearing, like
Yes, they
they're
are
not
going
completing.
down, and it's because of the same issue that we're experiencing. That is the issue that we need to fix.
Yes. So in my mind, I was trying. We need to possible cause for why a BGP session may come down, right?
Yeah, but
If we,
you see, the BGP session goes down because you have lost a route or the routing is not okay. There is a loop that is happening on those links, and the SPEs cannot reach the UPEs. So it will cause the BGP sessions to time out and tear down.
and then
Yes.
just I see. Unfortunately, my laptop was blacked out, like I said. But the route that SPE1 is giving to UP, so SPE1 is advertising to UP1, and then SPE2 is also advertising some routes to UP2, right?
Yes.
The different routes as well. So,
Yes.
is there a way, or is it possible for us to have the same routes that SPE2 is advertising to UPE1? Are we able to have also SPE1 to advertise the same routes to UP2, so that probably to UP1, so that maybe UP1 will get it from that as well?
Yeah, we can
I
do
don't know if
that.
the
We
question
can
makes
do
sense.
that, but yeah, we need to fix the looping issue. But yeah, that is a good input. So we can start. Where do we start?
We first put the link down. Let's first go to the ideal step.
No, I can put the link down. That's okay. Interface.
I mean, I
Yes.
think you've explained, but we can still first see the problem, then we start from there.
Okay. So when I shut down this link, We expect this one, display BGP VPN v4 all peer. So these sessions will time out. Let's give it some time. I think these are the BGP sessions that you are mentioning.
Yes.
On UP1, let me also check on UP1. If I display BGP.
No, UP1 I think will remain up probably.
VPN v4. You see that these sessions are up, but I check on UP2 again. Let me rerun the same command. So it takes time. Remember, there is always the whole time that has to expire before the sessions
Is it 2
come
minutes?
up.
What's the default timer? Is it 2 minutes?
Tell us, what is the default timeout?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's 2 minutes probably.
I don't have the figures in my head right now, but I can check, or anyone else can refer
I'm sure
from the
Imran
materials.
knows. Imran, you tell us.
Imran, you've been handpicked. I think it's now down. Let me recheck. If I ping 1.1.1.3, still going through 1.1.4. Or maybe we have solved the issue and we don't know, so some issues don't reoccur again. Display current configuration. I see. Just give me 1 second.
But in 1 second, then you're going to put the problem.
Yeah, I did my own troubleshooting, so. But I'm recording, you will be able to see, or even I will give you the solution, so no problem. But yeah, I did my own troubleshooting also. So let me share my screen. So the sessions, we expect the sessions will time out. Display BGP VPN v4 all peer. So the sessions are now in the connect, which means the sessions towards the SGs, the SPEs have gone down on the UP2. When we check on this UPE, display BGP VPN v4 all peer, the sessions for UP01, they are still up. So we need to check why the BGP sessions goes down whenever we have this link down. Aaron, you can now direct us, or anyone who has done some prior troubleshooting.
I'm counting on the team, Martin.
You currently on there?
I'm counting on the team.
We are counting on them. Guys, we need suggestions on how we fix the issue, or how we can check and fix the issue.
Yeah, good day.
Hello, good day to you.
Yes. So what I'm thinking, though I've not been able to check again how this
Yes.
works. What I'm thinking is, okay, so maybe there may be a loop between the IGP and the EGP, that was the BGP and the ISIS. So my first point is to check the routing table for, let's say, I think we configure 2G or 4G while it's enabled. Let's check the routing table, how we are learning the destination IP.
Destination IPs of which, remember, I haven't even completed configuring the services because this is more
Okay.
of just checking the loop, the ISIS loop issue. So we may not have the complete configuration for the services. Let's put the services aside because last time when we did, remember, we were able to do all the tests for the service test, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we just need to focus on why are we having a routing issue between these ISIS that is causing BGP to go down.
Okay. Can you display current configuration BGP?
Where? On which node?
On the UP1 first.
UP1, okay. Display current configuration, configuration BGP.
If you can expand the, okay, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I can make it bigger, no problem. These are the
Okay,
BGP configurations on UP1.
okay. Okay, then on UP2.
UP2, we do the same. Display current configuration, configuration BGP. These are the configurations.
Okay, 4, 3, 4. Can you go back to UP1?
UP1, yes.
Yes.
This is UP1.
Okay, so let's check on the that's SPE.
The
The
SPE.
same, the two SPEs.
You
Yes.
also want to see the BGP configurations.
Yes.
Configuration BGP. Let me just admit whoever wants to join. I've made it open, but it keeps asking for. Sorry for that. So for the SPE, these are the configurations. So SPE01, these are the BGP configurations. Remember, on the SPE, we are peering to the NPE, the RSGs, and also the UPE, the CSGs. So we have two groups, one for the SG to CSG, another one SG to RSG,
Oh, 6, 5, 5,
just to make it easy.
Okay.
Once you finish,
Okay, can you
yeah, can
yeah,
scroll
scroll down.
down.
Yes, yes. You can hold on.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to SPE2.
SPE2, okay. Display current configuration, configuration BGP again. These are the BGP configuration. Same copy as the other one for
Okay.
SPE1.
Five, 1, 2. Okay, you can scroll down.
Scroll down, okay.
Okay, sorry, one more time. SPE1.
SP1, okay.
Hmm. Okay, what about the ISIS? Let's check the ISIS configurations.
Starting with which node?
Yeah, we can start here.
From here, okay.
Yes.
Display current configuration ISIS. These are the configurations for the ISIS. Of course, it's also activated on the interfaces. Can display ISIS peer. So on the SPE, we expect to have 2 peering sessions in the access and 2 in the aggregation.
Okay. On the back, on the, can we check the policy, the route policy? Here.
Display current configuration. I don't think, but for the policies, we have the policies down here.
The loopback and the
These are the policies
scroll up.
configured. One
Yeah.
for access to aggregation, another one to import the loopback IP addresses only. And we are using these prefixes. These are the prefixes that we've configured.
Okay, let's check the route policy on SPD2.
Display current configuration. They are down here. Similar, everything is the same. We are just changing the loopback IP address because we need to only import the loopback IP address of SP02.
So, okay. So if we import the loopback of SP01 and vice versa on SP2.
Right?
I'm just thinking, sorry.
Someone's mic is not working. Why?
Access to.
So Imran, if you can hear us, thank you for joining. We are just trying to troubleshoot the reachability issues whenever we have a link down or whenever we do the route distribution between access and aggregation process. So you've seen that we've shut down the link between UP2 and SPE2. And when you check, you will find that the BGP session has gone down, the BGP peering sessions. We don't have adjacencies established from UPE2 towards SP1 and SPE2. So that is the issue that we are trying to establish. Why are we having such a scenario whenever we have one link down? Because in a real scenario is this traffic should be able to flow through the available link. That's why we normally have the rings in IPRAN architecture, so that we are protected. We have redundant path. Whenever one link goes down, the other one should be able to carry traffic without any manual intervention. So that's what we are trying to fix. Yes, Olayemi.
Okay. Go back. This is on UP2. Okay.
On SPE, I showed the
Well,
configuration for the route policies.
okay. On UP, so this is
This is SPE2.
okay. So on UPE2, okay, let's say UP1 now.
Yes.
Let me see. Sorry, let's go back to SP1.
SP1,
Where we
okay.
were before, SP1 or SP2, where we were before now.
You're on SP01.
Is it SP01? Okay, you left SP. So now we import loopback on Terry, then import access to migration. Okay, so how are we learning the loopback on both UPE? Can we check the routing table?
On the UPE.
Yes.
Okay, starting with UP1 first. Imran, I've seen your chat. So if I display ISIS peer, you can see that on the UPEs we have the peering session, one to SP01 and another one to UP02. If I display IP routing table, you have the routes. These are the routes that we are learning. We are able to learn 1.1.1.3, which is the loopback for SP1, and 1.1.1.4, which is the loopback for SP2. If I ping 1.1.1.3, it's reachable. 1.1.1.4 is also reachable. This is on UP1.
Okay.
On
Then
UP,
if you
yes,
two
How about
on
on
UP2,
UP2?
yeah.
yes. If I display BGP VPN v4 all peer, you also see that the BGP sessions are up on UP1 towards SP01 and SP02. Someone was
So
commenting. How about what?
UP2. Can you reach the
Oh,
loopbacks of
okay.
SP1 and 2
Let's
from
do
UP2?
on UP2. So we start with ISIS, display ISIS peer. You see that we have a peering session. Of course, we've shut down one link towards SP02, right? So we only have one adjacently towards UP01. We
okay.
display, yes,
Yeah, continue.
display BGP VPN v4 all peer. You have sessions down. Let me display the IP routing table. If you display IP routing table, again, we have 1.1.1.3 and 1.1.1.4. We have the routes to the SPs. If I ping 1.1.1.3, it's reachable. If I ping 1.1.4, it's also reachable.
Wow, it's reachable on both.
Yeah, this is SP01, this is SP02.
And it's reachable on UP1 too. They are both reachable
Yes.
on UP1.
Imran,
Okay.
if you are asking, this one is the back-to-back connection between UP1 and UP2. Let me show you the topology again. This is 10.50.10.10. So the back-to-back connection between the UPE. So UP1, UP2 is pointing to UP1 towards the two SPEs, which is okay. Right?
Yes.
So they are reachable from UP02. Imran wants us to trace
Okay.
1.1.1.4, 1.1.1.3.
Can we do the same on UP1? Let me see. UP1
You want us
is.
to trace or to do what on UP1?
No, you can reduce the CLI. You just want to see. This is UP. I want to see the UP2. Okay. Okay. Yes, on UP1. Yes. Let's do that on UP1 too.
A trace.
Okay. No. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So on UP1, if I trace 1.1.3, because it's directly connected, and 1.1.4, of course, it will go through this link, so it's okay.
So,
What
so
else?
I'm thinking if we enable it, maybe we can also check, but let another person. Maybe another person can also. When you enable it, you can also check
Okay,
all this.
okay. Maybe another person can come in. Anyone else who has an idea on what we need to check? Jonas, Kirui, Leonard, Michelle, Mohammed, Samson, Deepak. What else can we check? And how should we check? The floor is open. Imran, we can't hear you still. Maybe you can try to drop and join again and allow Teams to access your mic.
Can we do also maybe if anybody is not talking, I can come in. Display ISIS interface on all the four.
Okay.
Then we now check display ISIS error or
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Display ISIS interface. So on UP1, of course, you expect that we have three interfaces enabled with ISIS. This is gig 00, gig 001, and loopback 0. That is okay, right?
Yes.
On UP2, we do the same. Display ISIS interface. You have 00, 001, and loopback 0 interface. On
SP.
SP1, display ISIS interface, you expect to have in ISIS 10 you have gig 00, the one connecting to UP1. Remember, we closed the ISIS process,
Yes.
so this is for .10. And then in ISIS 100 we have the two interfaces, the physical interfaces and the logical interface, so that is okay also, right?
Yes.
On SP2 displays ISIS interface, we also have the same two interfaces in ISIS 10 and three interfaces, two physical and one logical in ISIS 100. That's okay, right?
Yeah. Display ISIS error.
On which node?
Let's start with EP2.
UP2, okay. Display ISIS error. You are clean. These are just some common errors, but major errors. Actually, this command we use it many times when we are having ISIS adjacency issues,
Okay.
because we have already managed to solve the ISIS adjacency issues.
Okay. What about, do we have anyone for BGP to check the errors?
Display BGP error. We don't have any errors on UP02 for BGP.
Okay. UP, let's check across the four nodes.
UP1 display BGP error. No
Hello, can you hear?
errors. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So now we can check we
So
receive the routes.
yes,
So
on
this one,
SP1 we have one BGP error, the route error. I don't know. I don't know why this route is. I don't know the correct description of this error, but we have route error on SP1. On SP2, if I display BGP error, we also have the IPv4 VPN. This is the address family. We have a route error. I don't think this one will really impact or cause the reachability issue that we are experiencing.
okay. Yeah, let me give the floor to another person that's talking.
Okay, yes, yes. Imran?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Okay. So we can check the BGP configuration one by one. So
Starting
first,
with SPE.
yes, SP1 and UP1.
Okay.
So this link is okay. So we can check this.
So these are the BGP configurations on SP01. If you see anything that is not correct, just let me know.
1.1 and 1.6. Okay. Okay, go down.
We are undoing it on IPv4 family, the unicast, and then we activate it under the IPv4 VPN v4 family.
1 dot. Where is our 6?
Aaron, I hope you are fixing the issue down there.
Okay, I go down.
Okay.
Uh,
So the remaining configuration, we are advertising the default routes, and then we are specifying the UPs as UPs.
okay, SP1 is okay. Check the UP1. BGP
UP1, okay. For UP1, if I display current configuration, BGP, these are the very simple and straightforward.
Any route policy configured on SP? Show the route policy configuration
For BGP or for what?
for BGP on SP1.
NSP1, you can see that we don't have any policies.
Hmm.
Yeah, no policies configured here for BGP. I go back to UP1 because if we had a policy, then we should define it under this peering configuration, right?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you.
Reset this BGP
Which one?
on the UP2.
Yes.
Reset the BGP.
You need BGP configuration.
No. Reset the BGP.
Okay. All. Or let me just do all. Okay, I've done the reset.
Okay, now check again.
I'll check the BGP sessions.
Yes, BGP peer.
VPN v4 all PI. You've done something, or
Connect state.
yeah, still connect state.
Let me think.
Martin,
Yes.
on SPE1, I
Yes.
first have a question before. So on UPE2, before we shut down that interface
Yes.
000.
Yes.
So on SPE1, when you look at the route to 1.1.1.6, should it be UPE1 on SPE1?
Yeah, we
I don't know
can
if that
check
makes
that.
sense.
We can check that.
After we shut down, we undo shut down
Yeah, we
UPE2.
can just enable it. Or Imran, you are done? Maybe Imran, let's.
Yes, you can start. You can start.
Okay, okay. So let me undo shut down.
On UPE2.
Yes, this is the interface. We shut down this interface, right? But on SPE2.
Okay.
So you wanted us to check the route on which node?
SPE1.
SP1. Display IP routing table. You want the loopback of
1.1.1.6.
1.1.6.
Yeah, so I'm asking, should it be UPE1? Does it matter?
It may matter, it may not matter, depending on how you interpret it. What's your interpretation? Should it be coming from UP1 or it should be coming from SPE2?
Because from SPE2, it's
Yes.
learning it from 100, right? From process 100. I don't know if I'm interpreting it wrong. That's why I first ask you, should it be UPE1 or SPE2 as the next hop?
Okay, if we do a trace right now, remember we did a trace also. Let's do a trace 1.1.3. So it goes to 10, then 10.6, which is this interface. On this one, if we trace 1.1 the set 1.1.1.6, that's why I said even when this interface is up, we actually still have an issue. We still have the loop occurring. So it's not just about this interface being down, because you can see even when this interface is up, we still have, when we try to trace from or ping this, if I ping 1.1.1.6, again it's not reachable. On SP2, if I try to ping 1.1.5, again it's also not reachable. So it's pointing to this interface, but it's wrong. It should not be pointing there.
Yeah. So
Yes.
now my suggestion is
Yes.
on SPE1,
Yes.
ISIS 100.
Yes.
Let's first go to SPE1, ISIS 100, display this.
Okay. So I go to the ISIS 100.
Yeah.
Display
Then
this.
display this.
Okay.
Then let's undo that import route. Let's first undo the whole of that. I actually don't understand why we are importing. What's the use of importing?
But if we don't import, then you see, we have aggregation ISIS 100, right?
Yes.
So the SPs and the NPs are in ISIS 100.
Yes.
So if we don't import that ISIS 10 to ISIS 100, there will be a disconnect between like the UPE, the loopback from the
And
UPE should not be advertised to the aggregation process. But remember, we will be configuring BGP. And with BGP, the loopbacks of these nodes, we've configured them in ISIS 100, right?
Yes, but we
Yes.
remember
Yeah.
we have already imported from 100 to 10, so the loopbacks would still be reachable.
No, it should be two-way. It should be two-way. Remember, if you import 100 to 10, you also need to import 10 to 100 for reachability because it's bi-directional, right? I can remove it. I
Yes.
can remove it for troubleshooting purposes, but I want you to get it clear that it should be two-way. You import from 10 to 100, you also need to import from 100 to 10.
Okay, yes. Okay, now let's modify this.
Hmm?
Let me see, what had I done? Okay, first hold on, let other people first
Okay.
contribute. Let me remember what I had done.
So you are able to fix it by not importing the routes, or but yeah, you can
I
first.
don't know if it was luck, but okay, let me remember.
Okay. The next person, who is next? Imran, you find anything else? Allow me.
Okay, so
Rabino,
SP1.
Rabino, we can't hear you. Rabinovich, we can't hear you. I see you unmuted, but we can't hear you. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, can we check this same on SP2?
SP2, we check what?
This size configuration.
Okay. Aaron, we are still waiting for you. These are the ISIS configurations, almost similar.
Go back to SP1.
SP1, okay. This is SP1. You also need the ISIS configurations.
Yes.
Okay. Current configuration, ISIS. These are the ISIS configurations.
Sorry, go back to 2, SP2.
SP2, okay.
So we can't ping 1.1.1.6 we try from SP1, right? Or SP2 now?
SP1, we ping which one?
1.1.1.6.
Ping 1.1.1.6. It's not reachable.
On SP2?
We ping the same IP.
Yes.
It's reachable.
Okay, so the trace now.
I trace 1.1.1.6. Of course, this is directly connected. It's going
Okay,
directly.
On SP1.
On SP1, we did a trace 1.6.
So let me see the interface 10.1. The CLI,
I remove what?
remove it. You can shift the CLI to the right. I just want to see this interface 10.1. Okay, so from SP1, so 10.1. So which interface is 10.1 now? 10.250. That's
10.1 is
00.
the gig 001, right?
Yes. Okay, let's do. What? This is okay. So display ISIS error again.
We go back to, okay, let me cut the display ISIS error.
Enter.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, display the loopback. Display the configuration of the loopback.
Display current configuration, interface loopback 0. It has the IP address. We have ISIS 100 activated.
Wait. Counting on the down 6. Okay. Okay, let's check on SP2, the loopback
SP2
configuration.
Okay.
Yes.
Display current configuration interface loopback 0. These are the configurations. Same.
Why is it not able to check? Stop here.
Yeah, hello, Martin.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I would like you to check the interface we used to close the aggregation ISIS.
The interface we use to close the aggregation ISIS. Okay. This is display current configuration interface gig 0/0/1.10. This is the interface on SP1. These are the configurations.
Okay, so that is in process
Yes.
10. Are we importing this route into process 100?
Yeah, remember this one, it's point to point. Yes,
Kindly
yes.
display the imports in process 100.
Okay. Current configuration ISIS. We are importing route ISIS 10 route policy, import access to aggregation.
Martins.
Yes.
Sorry. Let's check.
Let's finish with the.
Okay, sorry. Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Just
Sorry.
give him some few minutes. We close with him. Hello. Yes, these are the ISIS 100 configuration.
Yeah, so I was referring to the aggregation to access.
Aggregation to access. Okay. Yeah, you can see aggregation to access. This is the command we've used. We are only importing the loopback IP address from aggregation
Yes.
to access.
So can we check the prefix?
The prefix list, okay.
In the import aggregation loopback.
We have this prefix. Let me move it. There is noise from the background. It's from Rabin, right? Okay, we have the prefixes here. These are the prefixes that we've configured.
So can we add that of the 10.0/31 prefix?
10/10/250
10.0/31.
Why?
it seems that particular interface is not reachable from UP2, and since the trace from SP1 towards UP2 is preferring that particular route, I think we need to import that.
Martin?
Yes, Michelle.
I think tag the routes such that to prevent the loops. I don't know if that makes sense.
We have to do what?
I think what
Yes.
if we also include tagging? For example, when you're importing from process 10 to 100, you tag it like, let's say 100, and then when you're importing from, okay, no, I don't know. Does that make sense, or have I lied?
So, Martins, sorry.
Let me first finish with Jonas, then I'll
Okay.
be back to Michelle and then Olaemi. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes, it's
Okay.
fine.
So Jonas suggests that we do an import of the back-to-back interface between the two SPEs. We import it to access, from aggregation to access, or is it from access to aggregation? Jonas, you can come again.
From aggregation to access.
From aggregation to access. Okay. So this is import access to aggregation. We give it index 15, permit 10.250.10.0, right?
No, I think it's supposed to be part of the aggregation loopbacks. Maybe the name might not be
Okay,
detailed, but yeah.
I get you. So it is import AGG loopbacks. That one, right? And this is 31. Is that okay?
So you have an access in between import and AGG. That's not supposed to be there.
Between which one and which one?
In the name of the prefix,
Oh,
it's supposed to be import.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I've mistyped the name. Okay, import AGG loopbacks. Okay. So we've imported it.
Yeah. So let's check on the BGP on UP2 again.
On UP2. Display BGP VPN v4 all peer. It's established, but this was because, okay, yes, remember when we did, so I need to shut down that interface again. UP1, display BGP VPN v4 all peer. Ping 1.1.1.3, 1.1.4. I've shut down that interface. On UP2, if I display ISIS peer, ISIS towards that guy is up. Let's give it some few minutes and check again. Display IP routing table. Now we have the 10 to 50 10.0. SP2, SP1. It's reachable. .6 is not reachable. On SP2, if I display IP routing table 1.1.1.6, still pointing to 10.250.10.1.
Can you try tracing from SP1?
Okay, so now the BGP session to 1.1.3 has gone down. I trace what? From SP1 I trace, I do a trace. 1.1.6. You see the loop that we experiencing, it's still there. Now this one, it's a clear loop. So importing that back-to-back connection will not really fix our issue. You can see we still have the loop, and the BGP session there down again. Is that okay, Jonas? Our next person, Michelle, you had a suggestion. You wanted us to do route tagging. You can guide us how to go about it.
Okay, so can you please give me like 10 more minutes? Let me just try that out here. And when it works, then I'll suggest it.
Okay, no problem. Yes, allow me.
Okay, can we display IP routing table to this IP in the loop 10.250.10.12?
On SP01?
Yes, on SP01.
Okay, I display IP routing table. Which route?
10.250.10.12.
10.12. That is a direct route, right? They're back to back. That yes.
Okay. Okay. And then when the port is enabled on the SP2, can you also display the same thing?
I enable the port.
Yes, and display this.
Okay. On SP1, of course, this is a direct connection, so it will remain the same. Because remember, direct is always preferred. So if you have a
just display it. Let's see.
Display what?
Display the same routing table. Display the IP routing table. I've actually seen something, but
yeah, I've already run the command.
On SP2.
On SP2, what should I do on SP2?
Display the IP routing table to this. This is the same IP.
Display IP routing table.
Yeah, 10.50.10. The same IP.
Yeah, it's also direct route.
Okay, so the direct route. So on UP1.
Yes.
Display IP routing table to this, and on UP2.
IP routing table to?
It is the same IP.
10.250.10.12.
Yes.
This one?
Okay, it's coming from the
10.250.10.6. 10.6, of course, it's this back-to-back connection between UP1 and SPE1. Is that okay?
Okay, what's the configuration on G001 on UP1?
G001 on UP1.
Yes.
Display current configuration interface gig 0/0/1. Very simple configurations. We've enabled ISIS, MPLS, MPLS LDP, and assigned the IP address of 10.10. Is that okay?
Okay, yes. Then the subinterface on the SP1.
SP1, display current configuration interface gig /1.10. These are the configurations.
This is interesting.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
So here you see sub interface. So .1q must be written, no? VLAN type .1q10.
Yes. So
That one actually doesn't matter, but I can change it. VLAN type interface gig 0/0/1.10.
Check the other side also.
Yeah,
that's yes.
I'll check. The other side is also set to, but I will check. Let me set VLAN type .1q10. Display this. Okay, I need to do undo VLAN type .1q 100, and then I do VLAN type .1q10 on SP2. Display current configuration interface gig 0/0/1.10. It's also set to that. I will rectify, but that one doesn't really, provided it's the same on both ends. Undo VLAN type .1q100, VLAN type .1q10. Okay, display ISIS peer. So our ISIS is coming up. Okay, that one is corrected.
Can also check the interface between UPEs and SP. That's UPE2 and SPE2.
Okay, so on SPE2, display current configuration interface gig 0/0/0. These are the configurations, very straightforward, right?
Okay. ISIS 10 enable.
Yes.
Is it not supposed to be 100? Okay, let's see. Okay, SP2, right?
Yeah, this is
Let's see
SP2.
SP1. Let's see SP1.
SP1,
Facing UP1.
display current configuration interface gig 0/0/0. ISIS enable 10.
Okay. What about UP2 side?
UP2,
Facing facing SP2.
Let me start with UP1, display current configuration interface, gig 0/0/0, ISIS enable 10 on UP2, display current configuration interface 0/0, ISIS enable 10.
Oh, okay, this ISIS 10. Okay. On this side. Okay. Okay, so let's display IP routing table. How you go?
On UP, or on which device?
Yes, let's start with UP2.
UP2. Display IP routing table. These are the routes that we have.
Okay, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 20, 7, 10, 1, 8, 10, okay, we have 10, 10, 18, 10. Okay, let's display on UP1.
Routing table on UP1.
Yes.
Display IP routing table. These are the routes that we have. Same copy.
Okay, if you want 23, 4, 31.6, 10.11. Okay. Okay, so 6. No. Yes, 6 on 11. Wait. That's 6 on 5. 6 from 11. From 6.
Okay, we have, let's take the next 5 minutes to finalize this. If we don't have a solution, then yeah, I will.
Okay, can you go back to UP2?
I go back to
UP2.
UP2, okay.
5. 10. So it's 6 from the 10. 5 from 5 from 5 and
Martin. So I have sent it on chat. What I think the what?
Okay, let me
I
switch
think
to
the
the
tag
chat.
would look like.
Okay. Laimi, you've seen this. I can switch to the chat.
Okay. Yeah, okay, let's just display on the SP now.
SP, you want the routing table.
Yes.
Of course, on the SP we have so many routes, so that's why it will be long.
Okay, okay, to 1.1.5 and 1.1.6.
These are the
Let's be
routes.
specific.
Checking the chat.
So I did that on both the SPE1 and SPE2.
Okay. Checking it also in the chat. Olaemi, you've seen what you're
Yeah.
checking?
Okay. I was trying to check CLI with the topology, but it's blocking because I'm not logged into to check my own simulation. I wanted to be checking the CLI with your CLI with this one 6 is one from everything that one. Okay, sorry, I want to check 1.1. Okay, that 1.1.1.5. Can I scroll down a bit?
Yeah, I'm already at the end, or you need up.
Okay, no, up, I mean up. Sorry, 1.1.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay. Okay,
Michelle,
so
how about the
you
point-to-point
can
IPs?
display on the
I didn't include them.
SP2.
SP2. Okay,
Sorry,
let's give him some 2 minutes to finish checking this, then we can implement it. We see the outcome.
it's okay.
So we have 1.1.1.5 and 1.1.1.6.
Okay, hold on. This is SP2, right?
Yes.
Move the CLI a bit to the left. Okay. 1.1.5. From 0, 1.1.1.6. This is interesting. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, thanks for giving it a try. Let's check the one from Michelle. So Michelle is suggesting that we edit the route policy for access to aggregation and also aggregation to access. We match the prefix access1 to aggregation and we apply tag 1 and then access to aggregation deny or 10 if match tag 100. Okay, route policy. Maybe Michelle, you can explain to everyone what the script is doing so that they are on the same line, if you don't mind.
Okay. So I generally, let's start with the prefix list. So I create those prefix lists matching the loopbacks. So I'm matching 5 and 6 and 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is loopback IPs of S what?
SP1, SP2,
And
right?
SPE2.
Yeah.
Then 5 and 6 are loopbacks of PE1 and PE2. So I just generally put all of them there. Then I create then route policies. So if you match that apply tag, okay, generally when you're importing from access to aggregation, tag it with 1. When you're importing from aggregation to access, tag it with 100. So also when you're importing from access to aggregation, if you're tagged with 100, deny. Same thing with the other side. That way, we are avoiding the loops. Yeah, then I imported them to the different processes.
Okay, so let me copy this. I think I should be having. Where is this? Just put it down here. So this is the configuration. I will apply on SP1 and SP2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me copy SP1. And I do the same on SP2.
Yeah, then you first make sure to undo the different inputs that were there before.
I think it should override it, but let me check. Display current configuration,
No,
ISIS.
ISIS 10. Yeah. They are still there.
So I need to, this one for ISIS 10, but the other one will clear. Because this is a different policy, so for ISIS 10, I can undo import route direct. On SP1, we do the same. ISIS 10, undo import route direct.
Okay. Then when you now check the routing table, it should be able to point to
Let me first share
UPE1.
the topology. So this is the topology. So on SP1, if I display IP routing table 1.1.1.6, it's pointing to 10.50.10.7, which is correct.
Which is UPE1. And when you ping it, it should work.
So it's reachable. On SP2, quit display IP routing table 1.1.1.5. It's pointing to the correct next hop, being 1.1.1.5. It's also reachable. Okay, let's shut down this interface. Gig 0/0/0. Shut down. On SP1, it's still pingable. On SP2, it's also pingable. We expect the BGP session to be up. BGP, VPN, V4, all peer. So the sessions are still intact. They are up and established. On UP1, display BGP, VPN, V4, all peer. The sessions are also up. We give it some time to see whether they will time out, but from the ping commands, we don't expect them to go down, but we just give it some few seconds to see whether they will time out. Guys, if you have questions, you can ask Michelle. He has the first method that we can use to resolve the loop issue. We can use tags. Anyone with a question as we wait for the BGP sessions are still stable? Do we have any questions? Hello? So silence means everyone has understood the solution. Imran, Laemi.
Yes. We face the same issue like in the network, and through these tags we also remove before this.
Yeah.
I think it will work.
Yeah. So when you are, I think the point is when you are doing the route import, especially even if you are doing between different protocols like ISIS or SPF, you really need to pay attention on how you are doing it. The route policies should be correct. You should use route policies. Don't import everything. Always stick to using route policies. And when you are configuring the route policy, of course, you have to configure it correctly. And again, you need to use the prefixes because the prefixes will help you to determine or to specify which routes are you importing from one process to the other. And again, of course, there are multiple solutions to this issue. If I give you other workaround that we can use, let me just restore the way it was. I will undo shutdown. And once I undo that link, I will go back to this display current configuration ISIS. So what I want to do is I will remove the import policies that we've configured as it was suggested by Michelle, and do
yeah, can you, Michelle, can you explain this, why we use cost 10,000?
Michelle?
Cost 10,000. Too much cost.
I will leave it to Michelle to explain why she chose a cost of 10,000.
Means if we don't put any cost, so is route policy will work or no?
Hello, Michelle.
Yes. To be honest, I don't know how to explain that one. I don't know. It's how I usually do it. Okay, I don't exactly know the real reason behind it. I don't know if anyone can help. Martin, do you have any idea?
Yeah, let me first undo this and then I'll explain that, because I also have multiple solutions to this. ISIS 100, and then on SP1 ISIS 100, and do import route ISIS 10. Then let me just do the same on this node ISIS 10, and do import route ISIS 100 and ISIS 10, ISIS 100 actually, not 10, and do import route ISIS 10. So I will restore back the way it was using the policy that we had configured. Where do we do the route import? Up here. Just 1 second. It's up here. I just want to copy this. Then go back. This one we need to apply it on SP1 and SP2. So we've deleted the tags. We are not using the tags anymore. Display ISIS peer, the peer is up. If I try to ping 1.1.1.6, still okay, this one it will go through, but if I ping from here, let's see, 1.1.1.6, it's not going through. So from this point, if I display IP routing table 1.1.1.6 and the variables of it, you can see that we are getting two routes. One is coming from process 10 and another one is coming from process 100. Why? Because of course there is this back-to-back connection, and then we have one that is coming through process 10. So it has two routes, one from process 10, one from process 100. If you check on the cost, you will find that the one that is coming from process 10, it has a cost of 20. The one that is coming from ISIS that is looping, it's having a cost of 10. And of course, whenever you have two routes, the one with the lowest cost is always preferred. So we choose the one that is coming from process 100. And whenever this happens, we get to loop between the two routers. So it causes the same issue. On SP1, if I display IP routing table 1.1.5 verbose, you see that we also have two routes. One that is coming from process 100, it has a cost of 10. The other one has a cost of 20. So again, we select the one that is having a cost of 10. The lower cost is preferred. So, of course, there are multiple ways we can solve this. One of the simplest ways is to configure a higher cost on that ISIS 100 back-to-back connection. But it's not the best solution, and I will not recommend it. So if I do 0/0/1 and I put ISIS cost, for example, if I put a cost of 1000 on this interface, I go on SP2, interface gig 0/0/1, ISIS cost 1000. And we do the same. Remember, we displayed this route before. These were the options. If I display IP routing table 1.1.1.6 verbose, we have two routes still. Now, we are getting gig 002. Okay, of course, this route has been propagated, and now we are now getting the one that is coming from gig 002. Remember that route, if you don't do proper configuration, that route will be looping, because this one will send to this one sends to NP1, NP1 will also send to SPE1. So you need to do some further processing if you are to use this option that I'm demonstrating. So we've now selected the one that is coming from process 10 because it has a lower cost. It has a lower cost of 20. If we were to ping 1.1.1.6, we are able to ping. If we check on SPE2, if I display IP routing table 1.1.5, I do the verbose of it, you can see that we also now prefer the one that is coming from the access process. If I ping 1.1.1.5, you see that we are able to ping that loopback IP. So if you are to use this method, then you need to really do some proper planning of the cost so that you ensure there is optimal routing in your network. That's why I said I will not recommend this, because many times we end up configuring some cost value on some links, and then we end up having issues in the network. So I will not configure a cost on this interface. So I will undo ISIS cost on this interface. On SP1, I will do the same, undo ISIS cost. So we are back to normal. If again 1.1.1.6 ping 1.1.1.6, again we are back to the issue that we were facing. So when he configured that cost of 10,000, he's just trying to make that when these routes are being imported from aggregation to access, they are coming with a higher cost. You are giving them a cost value so that they doesn't go with the default costing. So many times you have to choose a figure that you know this one, it's like you can do 100, you can do 1,000, you can do 10,000. It just depends on your network topology. Like how many nodes do you have? What is the estimated cost from one node to the other, especially from the aggregation to the access. But that cost value, you can always adjust it according to the network topology. So there is also another solution to this issue. Again, if I go back to display IP routing table 1.1.1.6 and I do verbose, we are back to the issue. And you can see that even when we are getting the route from access, from the aggregation process, it's coming with a cost of 10. Why a cost of 10? Because this router 1, it has learned it either from here to here to here, or from here to here to here. What is the default of ISIS? What is the default cost of ISIS? Anyone who remembers the default cost? What is the default cost of ISIS link? Guys, are we still there?
I guess 15.
Actually, on Huawei, it's 10. So that's why you can see this link has a cost of 10, which is wrong because it should be having a cost of 30, not 10, because it's coming from all the way. If this on SP1, if it lands 1.1.5 from the other side, then it should be coming with a higher cost, not a cost of 10. So the issue is on the cost configuration when we are importing the route from one, especially from access to aggregation. So we've done well on the aggregation to access. We've configured a cost of 10,000, which is okay. But from access to aggregation, we have not configured a cost. So what we need to do is we need to configure when the route import is happening between aggregation, between access and aggregation, we need to either specify a cost value that should be used, or we need to inherit the cost that the route is coming with. Is that clear? So we make changes again on SP1 and SP2. I will go to ISIS 100, display these. You see that we have import ISIS 10 route policy. We haven't specified any cost, but we want to inherit the cost values that are being advertised with this route. When SP1 is running these routes are coming with some cost values. So when SP1 is advertising these routes to other peers, it should inherit that cost and then add the cost from itself to the other peer. So for example, when SP1 is advertising 1.1.1.5 to SP2, it should calculate the cost because we have a 10 here and then we'll have a 10 here because we haven't configured any cost values between these two nodes. So what we do is we import route ISIS 10, we inherit cost, and then we use the route policy, import access to aggregation. On SP2, we do the same, ISIS 10, ISIS 100, import route ISIS 10, inherit cost, route policy, import access to aggregation. So on SP1, if I ping 1.1.1.6, we are able to ping on SP2. If I ping 1.1.5, we are also able to ping. If we display IP routing table 1.1.1.5 verbose, now you see this one has a cost of 20, the other one also has a cost of 20. So of course we haven't configured any cost values, but remember when you are doing implementation, we normally configure cost manually on these IPRAN links, the back-to-back links. So you can see now they are coming with some cost values, not the default cost. Because remember this one was coming with a cost of 10, which is a lower cost, and it was being preferred and causing a loop in the network, because when this traffic arrives on SP2, again SP2 is pointing to SP1 and a loop happens in the network. So even when I shut down this interface gig 0/0/0 shut down, I go back to SP1 ping 1.1.6. If I display IP routing table 1.1.1.6, we do verbose of it. We are only learning it from one side. On SP2, ping 1.1.1.6. What have we broken? Let me see. Display IP routing table 1.1.1.6. Bubbles. This one is coming with the cost of 120. The one from ISIS 100 is coming with a cost of 30. Why a cost of 120? 1.1.1.6. This is 10. This is 10. Why are we getting a cost of 120? Oh, I see, because it's choosing the back-to-back, the one that is coming with. This one we have configured a cost of 100. But if we were to just remove, because we haven't done any cost planning, if we just leave everything to the default, .1.10, and do ISIS cost, and then display IP routing table 1.1.1.6. Verbose. So it will be a cost of 30, a cost of 30, 1.6, we are able to ping. So when you are using the cost metric or the metric values to control how you want the traffic flow, it can be chaotic. You really need to do proper planning of your metric values and ensure that everyone sticks to the plan that has been set out for the cost metrics. So these are the three ways. I think Michelle has proposed one, that you use tags. So when you are using the tags, let me just go back to the script she shared. These were the scripts. So you are tagging the routes. When you are importing from one process to the other, you are tagging. When you do access to aggregation, you tag them. When you do access to aggregation, you also tag them. But you restrict the importation, or you deny the import of routes that are tagged. If it comes with a tag of 100, you deny it. Also, if it's coming with a tag of 1, you also deny it. So you are just controlling the route import between access and aggregation. Any question, any comment? I think we have the solution to our loop issue. Again, don't use the one for the cost, increasing the cost on the aggregation link. No, it may cause some unoptimal routing in your network. So you need to evaluate and find the best solution that works for your network depending on your network topology or the network setup. Any question, guys? Or any comment before we call it a day?
Yes, this is a good solution, and this is good troubleshooting session.
Thank you, Imran. Thank you for your contributions also. The power of many hands. We are able to fix the issue and find the solution together. And
Martin,
also
sorry,
get to learn from each other.
Can you give a small recap? I was just seeing now the road tags are not. Sorry, I'm just rejoined the game.
Yes, Aaron.
I was saying, can you give a small recap of the solution one more time? I've just rejoined the game. Apologies.
Okay. So there are three solutions that we suggested. The first one was suggested by Michelle. And for her, we need to do route tagging. It's actually one of the common solutions that is used to prevent loops when you are importing routes between different processes or even between different protocols. You can tag the routes, and when a route comes with a given tag, you can specify the action that should be done. Either you want to accept it, or you want to deny it, or you want to increase the cost to a given value. You can play around with it and control the route import. So she came up with two policies: one, access to aggregation; another one, access of course, aggregation to access. So for the access to aggregation, we have the IP prefix access to aggregation, and then we apply tag 1. Okay. For aggregation to access, we apply where is it? We applied tag 100. Where is it? Where is the tag applied to? I'm trying to read the script again, or I leave it to Michelle to explain. Michelle, you still there?
Yes. Let Michelle do that. Martin, just so from aggregation to access, we're just sending the loopback of the RSGs, is it?
Yes, normally from aggregation to access, we normally just send the loopbacks. We don't need to send the point to point. That's true.
Yeah, but from access to aggregation, we send everything. /30, 31, 32.
Yes, but for her, she has just specified only the loopbacks also. But you can also exchange the point to point. That is okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Michelle, you can take over.
Yeah, it's generally what you have just said. Aaron, you got it right?
No, Michelle, I just want the thought process. So the idea is that we're going to deny which routes are we. So we are tagging, so we'll be able to identify routes. But when we are denying, which ones are we targeting exactly? The ones which we are originating, or the ones which is originating from the device itself?
When you're importing from access to aggregation, you're tagging with 1. When you're importing from aggregation to access, you're tagging with 100. So if you're importing from aggregation to access, you're tagging with the 100 and denying 1. So all the routes that have been tagged with 1 initially will be denied when you're importing back from aggregation to access. I don't know if that makes sense. Same thing, you're importing from access to aggregation, you will tag from access to aggregation, you're tagging with 100 and you're untagging with 1. Okay, yes, generally that. Whatever you tag from one to another, you untag it when you're importing it the other way, the other side. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we just prevent the routes from getting back. So
Yes.
we will deny.
Yes, exactly.
So why is this now a problem when we were doing the test earlier? Like I think we were been importing routes and not having a challenge, or we were not just doing extensive test matching.
No. Actually, you see, when we did the import, we were not controlling. Like we only specified. If you check the script that we used before.
Yeah, I remember all of them. I know.
Yes.
We were just sending the prefix, giving the prefix the length, and saying we send 30, 31, 32, things like that.
Yes.
And maybe cost. I saw there were some labs you were managing with cost as well.
Yes. Maybe you can ask your question again so that I get it.
No, I was just trying to see, like, this is the first time we are coming with the idea of tagging, and we have not been considering that earlier. Like, we're not from design perspective. Like, we need to prevent, these roads from falling back this side and this going the other side.
Yeah, but that's why we have that part of doing the test, because you see, when we did the test and then we found the issue, now we have to fix the issue. So now we have the issue and the issue has a solution. So this is the first solution that was suggested by Michelle.
Okay.
And it worked. We've tested it. It's okay. Maybe you can rewatch the session once it's uploaded. And again, there is also the two that I suggested. One was to configure some costing on the aggregation process, like on the back-to-back connection between the SPE. You can configure cost value, but that one is not recommended unless you have proper planning of cost values in your network. Or you can do the inherit cost. So with the inherit of the cost values, because when you go through the video, you'll find that at some point we were displaying the routes and it's coming with the wrong cost values. That's why we are preferring the route that we are getting from the aggregation. So you go ahead and inherit the cost values. If I just display here current configuration, ISIS, you will find that now we are inheriting the cost when we are importing access to aggregation. So that this router...
So you're inheriting from the source protocol, like from where it's coming from.
Yes, if I get a route, this route is coming with a cost of 100. I should inherit
I just take
that.
100.
No. I have to take that cost of 100 because remember, for example, if we check from UP1 to SP2, when you get this route, you are getting from the access, right? You get it with a cost of 20, right?
Yeah.
So when you get this route with a cost of 20, when you advertising it to anyone else, you have to calculate, like from SP1 to NP2, it will be a cost of 10. So when SP2 advertise the route to NP2, it will take that 20.
Add the 20.
Yes.
Plus 10.
Like the OSPF, the external route types? They are normally 2 types.
Yes.
So we actually doing almost similar thing, but now in ISIS, just so that these routes are advertised with the correct cost values, and then they don't, like the router will be selecting the optimal route easily without basing on the wrong cost values.
Okay. So I'm going to share that script.
Which one?
The script for the ones you have in the notepad.
Yeah, no problem. I can share that.
Okay, that's fine. So if this is done, I just wanted to ask you some things. I've noticed some I don't know if I can share my screen.
I think you should be a presenter. Let me see. Are you able to share? I think you should be having rights. I've made everyone.
Yeah, I see share button. Okay. So I just wanted to ask you something slightly outside. By the time I'm labbing and I save my topology, I close. I open. I don't know how to set up a startup configuration. I'll give you an example.
You are sharing your screen?
I'm going to share now.
Okay.
1 second.
What are you hiding in the background?
No. Nothing is. Can you see my screen? Let me start the devices. Is my screen visible now?
Yes.
All right. Just going to put. Oh, it's not yet started.
That's some time.
Can it allow me to console before it is started?
No.
So there is. I hope I'm still audible.
Yes.
The headphone working.
Okay, now it has started.
Okay, so let me just look for my script that I tried to get from some this sketch. Okay, so display startup. This is the command. So these are all null, right?
Yes.
But then when you check dir, I think I have a config file here which I labbed for UP2. I saved it very well. So how do I make it this to come up each time I boot up? Like you see, I've spin this up now and doesn't pick any configuration, but there is a configuration file which I saved here.
Okay. Can you show the Can you use the startup command?
Yeah, so I looked up something. There is this thing, startup saved. I don't know if this works, okay? Startup saved configuration, and then flash. This is the default, yeah?
Yes, yes.
And then I copy this. Because I wanted to share this lab with someone, and then they told me they can't lab. I'm like, I saved the thing, is there. Check.
With the R routers, it may not work.
Okay, so this now shows this next startup should come with this, right?
Yes, you can reboot.
So if I put this, so I can reboot only UP2 and see if it comes.
Yes.
Is there an option for reboot? Okay. Okay, yes, I'll see. Because this is what the challenge I was facing each time I was trying to lab this also. I know I've saved it. The next lab I open, it's not there. So what I resorted to now, I saved it in the Excel sheet here. And then I was just copying and pasting.
Okay.
This one each time, but it's not nice. Okay, again, yes. UPE2, so it should, okay, the user chose yes, so it's going to reboot, hopefully.
Yeah, it's actually rebooting. You see the links are down.
Meanwhile, Michelle, thank you very much. And also the rest of the team for the contribution.
Yeah, finally we hacked it.
So Martin, how did you plan this problem?
No, it's
okay,
you don't plan for problems, right? They just come up.
How did we not consider this? So Martin, this is now as rebooted, I see it's up, but
Display
config is
startup
not
again.
Actually, there are two. No.
Yeah, so this is.
Or maybe it will just. I mean, how?
Are you sure you have the
But you understand my
configurations on
problem,
that
right?
UP02?
Yes, I'm the one who saved it.
Yes, can you check the contents of UP02?
How do we do it?
I think you should use the more command.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah, that's UP02.cfg. Okay, scroll down. You see, it's still, you don't have anything there.
What?
Okay, the problem, you are not the problem. The problem is on the ENSP itself, actually. Some of these R routers, you are not able to save the configurations. But if you try with AR, some of these AR routers, you are able to save and even you export. Like you can click on that router, right click, and then you say export configurations. And then that will work.
Because now sharing files is almost completely impossible unless you send with this.
No, you can just configure, you copy the configurations into a text file and then you share with them. Or you can set up using the AR routers. That one, you will be able to.
AR doesn't work for me here.
Which, yeah. VirtualBox,
I think mine is only the generic. I think I'm only working with the generic. Anyways, I think that's not bad. I'll just try again with AR and see.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Anyone else with any question or any comment before we end it there, guys?
Yes, Martin, brother, thank you so much.
Thank you, Imran. Thank you for your support also and your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, for your input, for your solution. Yes, Imran.
Yes, we will wait for the next session.
Yeah, more sessions will be coming soon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you very much, Tim.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Michelle, and everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Olayemi. I know you really.
Let me put it a lot.
But yeah, we learn by doing it, so it's good. It's good that we tried. Everyone tried different solutions, and now we have the solutions to the issue. Thanks to Michelle. Okay.
All right, Martin.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend ahead. We meet again next time. I will share the recording for those one who joined late or those one who may have missed the session. Thank you so much, and see you in our next session.